The Disneyland Limited, now leaving for a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. All passengers board.
Star Tours announces the boarding of the Endor Express. All passengers, please prepare for immediate boarding.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the door.
Please keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the train and remain seated at all times. Now then, hang on to them hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
I am Sam, the American Eagle, and I am proud to introduce the Grand Circle Tour podcast, a celebration of Disney parks, but mostly the American ones. I really like these guys.
I've hit record. Let's just see what happens.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Hey. I'll try to be quiet.
Oh, don't. You know I'm keeping all this in, right?
Do what?
I'm going to keep all this in, right?
Oh, God.
Might as well. So anyway, hey, passengers, welcome to another exciting, yet we have no clue what Grand Circle Tour podcast episode. I'm Bellhop George, and joining me today are two of my very good friends. We have Jungle Skipper Jay. Hey, Jay, what's up?
Aloha, George. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad.
Hey, my mom says text her just to say hi.
I definitely will.
Okay, good.
Yes.
My mom loves you.
Yes. We definitely hit it off very well on our trip. I would definitely want to see pictures.
Okay, my mom loves you. You're like an adopted family member now.
Everybody does. Everybody loves me. But speaking of someone that doesn't love me, let's go.
Not everyone.
Yes. Segueing to my other co-host, Dan. What's up with you?
Hello, George. I've done that before. No one's laughed. Now everyone
It sounds like hello, Newman.
That's exactly what I'm going for.
So, being that this is completely, I mean, all our shows are pretty much off scripted, but this one is completely, unequivocally, totally off scripted. Do you guys have any waltz ups?
I actually have one. For a change. Not thinking of one at the last second.
You finally find out who Yzma is?
It's a fake character, George. So today I was actually, I'm a big hockey fan. I'm a New York Islanders fan. And my job does a lot of advertising at for the Islanders. So we were invited to a little meet and greet today. Had lunch with some of the players, got to meet some of the old timers. Took Connor, met some of the current team. It was a really, really cool event. But we had lunch there, and while we were sitting at lunch, there was these kind of long cafeteria style tables, and two guys asked us if the two seats next to us were free, which they were. And they sat next to us, and we were just eating our lunch. And I just happened to overhear them speaking about what topic? Disney. And as I'm listening, it turns out that one of the Islander fans flew in from Florida, and he's actually a cast member. So right away, I was like, you work at Disney? And he's like, I do. And one thing led to another. I sat there and talked to this guy for about an hour. He works at Hollywood Studios. He told me not to say his full name, but I can't say his name is John. So John, what's up? I promised he would listen to the show. I told him I'd give him a shout out. But he told me some really cool, behind-the-scenes stories about Hollywood Studios, and it's a pretty cool thing.
Can John hook us up with fast passes for Tower of Terror?
I already asked him. I friended him on Facebook. I'm like, listen, next time I'm there, I'm gonna hit you up, just letting you know. So he said he would do it. We'll see what happens.
And what about you, Jay? Do you have a waltz up?
I have a what's up. It's not music this time. It's merchandise. I went on eBay and I went on kind of a Vinylmation binge. I bought 40 of the Park Stars this last week.
40.
Wow. Now, Jay, have you ever been into Vinylmations?
No, I have a couple of them. I have the Jungle Skipper, of course, and Vincent from the Black Hole, and this little punk rock one where he's all punked out and so it's Disturbed. I had a couple of the Park ones, but I opened up some space in my office and wanted a few more, and I went to get a couple, and I wound up buying like 3 lots of 15.
Wow. So you got to talk to me about this because there was a point in my life where I really got into them, and they really did fall off the map. Like they're just like, it used to be so popular, and obviously they're not even around anymore. But I used to be in Facebook groups and, trade and buy and sell of people, and now all those groups are basically dead. So were they expensive?
No, I only spent about. I have to make sure my other half doesn't listen to this. I spent about $90 this last week on and it was just the Park Stars, the ones that are the funky little park characters.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm gonna have about 45 of them in my office.
Oh, that's great.
They were just so cool. I went, well, I've always wanted like figures from the theme parks of the theme park characters.
Yeah, well, that's actually how I started with the Park Stars.
Yeah,
that was like my thing. But then I switched over to the Muppets, and the Muppets had 3 series. And man, I don't know if I should say this on air how much I spent, but let's say there was at least 4 digits involved in the amount of money that I spent getting every single one of those Muppet series. The Kermit with the diamond, and he was a chaser, diamond, the tuxedo. Well, not a real diamond. He's like, like a diamond. And now they sit on the shade is down, but they sit right in the window behind me where I record. And the sun is probably beating them down to death through the window, and they definitely have no value now. So that was kind of a waste of $1,000 on my end.
It was money I didn't need to spend, but I enjoy having all of these characters from the different parks all together on like 4 or 5 different shelves.
Yeah. Well, it's about the hunt, that's what it's about.
The ones that aren't very common, like something that we can look at and identify with, but someone else could say, well, what is that robotic thing, or what is that?
Well, and they're not like standard action figures. Each one is different and looks just kind of cool.
Right.
I will tell you my favorite one of all of them, though, is the disco chick from Spaceship Earth.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, with her little fro and everything.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
Well,
I know.
I have actually something to say.
Boo.
We're sitting here talking about Vinylmation.
We're having a good time, George. You gotta ruin it.
I have to get this off my chest. I have to do it now. So, with my co-hosts, I had mentioned and messaged them all today that this would actually be my very last regular recording for the Grand Circle Tour podcast. And then after, knowing of what this show was going to be completely unscripted, and I was going to wait a couple months into just kind of throwing it out, but I think, you know what, this is the best time to say it. I'm not going anywhere.
What?
So wait, you've been teasing us all day. Like, we've been trying to figure out how to carry on without you, and you're like, so you just punked us, basically.
Yeah. Yes. Stan.
Wait, is this a true story?
Yes, this is a true story. Stan kind of almost got me when he said this isn't April 1st. I was actually going to wait.
Because you did this to us on April 1st.
Exactly. But then I thought this is too typical. So I was going to announce April 1st that I wasn't officially quitting, but making you think that I was quitting up until that point.
And what were we going to do until April 1st? Just sit around without you?
Yeah, pretty much.
All I know, George, is next time I see you, you're getting the biggest wedgie of all time.
Shame. 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 Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you. This was serious, but it turned into something fun.
George,
you're like a little brother to me, so I can beat up on you.
This is why I don't like you.
See, but this is why I did it. This is why I did it while you were on, because you're probably jumping for joy. Oh, I got rid of him. He's gone. No, but in all seriousness, guys, and this is actually the truth. This is officially coming from me. Passengers, I did a little gag to see really how far it would go. But no, I'm not going anywhere. Bellhop George is here to stay.
All right, so let's just back up a second, just so all the passengers understand what the hell's going on right now.
We've all been really sad. Like, we've been crying today. The rest of your friends who love you and vacation with you, we have been sad.
Yeah.
And crying and talking about how to get you to stay.
So George sends us all a message this morning, and I'm out doing things. I just talked about, like, I was at an event with my son, and I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, I have to sit there. I got to call him. I got to get him back on the show. All this stuff, and then I come and then he's just messing with us. It's just unbelievable. Like I said, this is why I don't like you, George.
Oh no!
Out of you next time I see you.
Well, now you guys don't have to be worried that I don't have nothing planned for April.
Because I was on a dog walk today when George messaged us. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna call him real quick.
No,
you suck, George. You suck.
And then on top of that, he doesn't even have a topic to talk about.
I know. We're
Well, it's like Seinfeld. Tonight's show is a show about nothing.
Jessica, were you in on this?
Well, I knew about it, but I wasn't in on it.
So we have to revenge both of you.
I didn't plan it.
No, you're a couple. What one of you does, both of you does.
So I'm glad I got that off my chest, and I'm glad that you guys truly love me.
We love you, George.
Can we get back to talking about Vinylamtions now?
Yeah. George, you're like a little brother to me, so next time I see you, I'm going to treat you like a little brother.
That could either go a good way or a bad way. So.
You're not going to want to share a room with me next time.
I don't think you'll want to share a room with us. 3/4 of the time, there's probably a sock on the door.
Please make sure.
Thanks. I have to cut that out now.
Yes, please cut that.
Thanks, Jessica. I'm the one drinking, and you're the one being inappropriate.
This is going to be Jay's finest work. This episode.
Or who knows? I may just let it go, like Elsa. I may just let it go.
Speaking of which, I actually did pick up our Frozen 2 tickets. We're going Friday.
And Star Wars.
You already got those two.
I got my Frozen as well. And listen to this. This is a pretty cool thing. My son's elementary school rented out the theater for Saturday. Yeah.
Wow.
So
nice.
$10 tickets, the nice like recliner seats. And we got an email and I jumped on it.
Nice.
So, I know. So it's going to be with, a million like screaming kids that all know each other and are probably going to be talking the whole time. So.
Well, we're actually going to go early on the 22nd. So we're actually going to have Josh play hooky that day because that's going to be his last.
Wait, we're pulling him out of school?
No, he's not going to school.
We're pulling him out of school that day?
Yeah, he's not going. It's his last day before the Thanksgiving break. So they're not going to be doing nothing anyway. So we figure to go to an early matinee before all the crazy hype comes for the evening. So we got an early matinee.
Good.
You know what, guys? I've heard really good things about Frozen 2. Speaking of the two movies we're talking about, I've heard really good things about Frozen 2, but I've heard at this point Last Jedi has 3 different cuts because it's kind of a mess and they haven't picked which one they want to show the audience yet.
So they haven't really decided what the final cut's going to be.
Right. Apparently there's one that has a secret Skywalker that no one knows about that shows up at the ending.
But if they do that, then that's leaving it on a cliffhanger because this is supposed to end the Skywalker saga.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to end it, though? I don't.
Well, they said the original script, Leia was supposed to be the last Skywalker.
Yeah, Last Jedi.
That's what
Last
Carrie
Jedi.
Fisher's child said, yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I've talked to Dan about it, and I've talked to Stan about it. They released the track listing for the soundtrack last week, and then they immediately pulled it back because apparently one of the tracks may be a potential spoiler for the film. If this track listing is what I think it is, I will not go see this movie.
Okay, so can you say it on air of what you think it is, or would it be giving away too much?
Okay, so I will say
What
this.
can you say without it giving it away?
I'm going to say this, passengers. If you don't want to hear this, skip ahead, I'd say 90 seconds from this point right here. So one of the track listings, the track title is The Falcon's Last Ride. And if it means what I think it means, I will not see this movie if the Millennium Falcon dies. If they destroy the Falcon, I'm done, and I will never watch this movie.
They can't destroy the Falcon because they just spent all that money in Star Wars land.
See, that's what I thought. But if they if they do it, I'm done. I will never go see this movie.
That's interesting because I wonder if they're using that as like the end of the era. Like since the Skywalker saga ends, so does the
You ain't getting my money, theater or Blu-ray or Disney Plus if you do this.
Oh, kind of jumping from different things. Now, are you guys all set up for Disney Plus?
I'm ready.
When you say set up, am I supposed to do
set
anything?
Up, because I've noticed, I've talked to Disney Plus 3 different times, and I was assuming that it would be just like a normal, where they would add in the app to the TV.
Yeah, I'm assuming that too. Is that not
That's
true?
what I thought, but apparently they said, depending on the type of TV that you have, that you may need either a Fire Stick, a Roku device, Apple, or Google Chrome to actually download it into your TV.
So I have Roku and I can't download it until the 12th.
Right. That they're just saying that you have to have some sort of device on the 12th to be able to download.
Even if you have a smart TV?
Yeah, because there was an article released by Disney that it's not going on all smart TVs.
Oh my
And
goodness,
if
that's
if it's not that, then you need a device for it to download directly into the TV. Which I just found this out last week because I'm thinking, oh, I got a smart TV. I'm sitting pretty. And then after speaking with Disney Plus and our TV provider, they said that it's a very high chance that a lot of the smart TVs you would still need a converter, so to speak, which could be Apple, Fire, or Roku, or Google Chrome, to transfer it into the TV. So I ended up buying a Roku Ultra.
Wow.
Okay.
I have a Fire Stick in one of my TVs. That's my older TV, but so I guess I can use that. That's what you're saying?
That's what I'm assuming. So
Okay.
I was pretty much set on it until I figured this out, and then I'm having like thoughts of, oh, is this gonna end in travesty on?
Did you guys do the thing where because we're all D23 members, we get the cool deal?
I actually did at the expo. I got the 3-year commitment, and if you have Verizon, which actually I have to call tomorrow, because if you have a Verizon phone, you get an extra year free. So
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
So we actually have 4 years.
it's 4 years, but we're only paying for 2. So technically, you'd get 2 years free. Do you have a Verizon phone?
I do. I have everything with Verizon. My cell phones, my house phone, my internet,
Okay.
everything.
Is it unlimited?
Like my
Yeah,
Plan?
on your cellular.
I believe so.
If it's unlimited, then call Verizon and tell them you want the special for the Disney Plus because you'll get an extra year free.
That's awesome.
I just gave my credit card. Was like, charge me every month. I don't care. I want access to everything from like before the 80s.
We purposely requested days off of work so we can literally be home.
Really quick, George. I just told on you to Mindy, so she'll be on in about 5 minutes.
I'm sure Stan will be on too.
You're in trouble, dude. We're all coming on tonight.
Let me ask you
I
guys.
had nothing to do with it. I only knew about it.
No.
now we're
You
with it.
married him, so whatever you guys do, you did as a couple.
So
See, you're just as guilty as he is, young lady.
I'm only guilty by association.
That's all we need to convict
speaking of
you.
Disney Plus, guys, how do you just feel like? Okay, we're the Disney geeks. We know it. We know what's going on. But how do you think like the typical like layperson out there? Do you think they've purchased Disney Plus yet? How could they have? Like, there's no like there's no like marketing out there. Hey, click here to sign up. Have you guys seen any of that?
I honestly really think, as far as right now, it's, and I could be wrong, but this is more so for the people that are within the Disney community. And then I think afterwards, depending on how successful this is, that it'll eventually branch out just for the everyday average Joe with a family to buy it. Because if you're not in that Disney bubble, I'm for sure a lot of people, because I speak to people on an everyday basis, and then when I say Disney Plus, they go, "What the heck is Disney Plus?"
See, I'm getting.
Oh, she's here. You're busted.
Passengers, you just got to pop up that Mindy's signing on.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Are you keeping all this on?
Yep. I mean, I edit this one at all. I mean, just slap on a beginning and an end and ship it out. I will tell you guys though, with like because I'm the Disney guy at work, and a lot of my clients who I've talked to about it, they're like, "Oh yeah, sounds cool. We'll probably do it sometime next year when the Marvel stuff is on or when Obi-Wan is on, but we're not going to do it at the beginning. It'll be after the holidays or after next year."
Yeah, I could see that too. I very similar. Like I have friends at work, and like you have the non-Disney people who, like George, like you said, are like, "What the heck is Disney Plus?" But then you have those people like in the middle that know about entertainment and are big like TV people, and they're the ones that ask me. And a couple of them have said like, "Well, how do I sign up?" I'm like, I don't know. You just like call, I guess. I don't really
like Disney Plus in your Google search bar. It'll come up.
Yeah, that's what I did. But there's no like, I don't know. It's like weird, you know.
It actually took me some time to actually get the number for Disney Plus.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let me ask you guys real quick, because I've seen the Apple streaming service advertise a lot lately, and I knew it was coming, but I haven't really paid any attention to it, didn't know it was on it. Well, at what point is, with all these different streaming services, are we just all going to get fed up and go back to cable?
I don't think it'll ever happen, Jay.
I think it's going to get worse, to be honest. I think every major company is just going to go straight to streaming.
Because we're talking about, we have so many different streaming services right now. There's some we'll dip in and out of so that we can watch stuff, cancel it, come back, and watch it when new stuff is on. There she is. You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble? I'm so sorry.
No, George is in trouble. George lied to us.
George, I think you all made us very sad for 14 hours.
I love you.
You don't have to play games with us.
I almost called you a name and realized we were live, so you'd probably have to bleep that out with the little like seal sound.
I can bleep it out. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say.
Oh no! Gotta bleep that one out.
So really quick, Mindy, just so you know, what had happened was, you know how the last April Fools, I got you guys on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Stan almost got me red-handed today when he said it's not yet April 1st yet, and I played dumb saying, "What do you mean April 1st?" I thought he was catching on. What I was going to do was literally hold off until April 1st, and I was going to come on here and there saying, "Oh, I'll come on," just to. I'll come on, I'll jump on. But meanwhile, I wasn't going anywhere. And
George, George, be quiet. Mindy, when are the three of us going to Disneyland?
Soon. Wait, what?
Okay, so we'll have to
when? I don't know.
We'll have to figure out how you and I can punish George the whole time.
Just what part would that be enjoyment for me?
We don't care about your enjoyment. We're going to punish you. This will be the Torture George at Disneyland trip.
Torture George?
Dad, you should come.
Well, last week's episode, we already planned a trip for this summer, Jay.
That's right.
Mindy's going on a cruise with me.
I'm gonna and going with George. I've got a lot of upcoming trips. Apparently, I don't know. I'm just gonna try to swing it. So we'll see.
All right. This just in. Stan just messaged me. Because I can't log in right now, but we have a problem. I already got his replacement, so I guess we have a situation here.
Oh my gosh. You're in trouble. George, you're in trouble now.
Well, George.
Well, it
You were
definitely
easily
shows,
replaced.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that just shows like that quick.
Well, because we were like, oh, do we need to find a replacement? Because we were all sad and like, oh, we should probably find somebody then because this is going to make it really difficult. And he's like, well, I've got a couple people in mind.
Well, George, we've actually been talking behind your back today. Like, who do we?
Well, wait! I just got it. Hold on. Let me.
Passengers, I'm so sorry.
So that's my just throw it out and throw it away. Stan did it. Now it's his problem. Okay, moving on.
No joke.
If you're still listening, we love you for listening.
Yes.
There is no topic tonight. This is the Seinfeld episode.
If you're a real listener, a real passenger, you're still with us right now, we thank you.
Then you're laughing along with us.
Yes.
Hey, Mindy, what's up?
What's up? Oh, gee, you're putting me on the real spot. Do I have a what's up this week? Oh, no.
Even if you don't, who cares? This episode's all over.
Yes, I do. Yes. So today I booked my other trip to Disneyland because my daughter, she qualified for nationals. And nationals, they were going to go to Walt Disney World, but they decided to go back to Disneyland for nationals. So we're going in December as well as the second week of February. So I just booked my hotel to Disneyland.
And where are you staying?
We're going to Disney. So that's exciting. Here's for nationals. They've won state as a cheer team, but we'll see if they take nationals.
That's awesome, Mindy. That's great.
I'm so going to title this one the whatever episode. the episode, the one where there's no topic.
No topic.
Tonight's show is like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing.
I was so happy.
That's what it should be just titled, The Show About Nothing. There's your title.
This one's going to be the nothing show.
I was so happy when I thought George was really off the show. I was like, finally, we're rid of him. Oh, none of the stupid games anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even go there. You're the one that started that.
Oh, no! How much? Oh, no! Do I have to edit tonight? Jesus, dude.
No, you just have to edit yourself out with that one.
Well, oh, no!
Oh, great.
I have a cute little Mickey going, oh, no, that I use for censorship.
There you go. You're going to have to use it a lot.
Well, then
you'll be like, oh, no. Oh, no.
You might as well should just title this Oh, No Show.
So anyway, back to Disney Plus, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, is that the topic? Is that
no,
what we're speaking of right now?
There's really no topic. We're just talking.
Okay, so we're talking Disney Plus.
We're just hanging out tonight.
We're talking Star Wars a little. I still have to give you guys my theories of Star Wars. Do you guys have theories or?
Tell us your theories first. It's a good thing Stan's not here.
Sorry.
See, so Mindy's not even going to care if.
Oh no!
It's.
Shush! I told people to skip ahead 90 seconds. Don't.
Now you got to Mickey that one out too.
Thanks, George.
Hey, this is still all part of my. This was all still part of my play. As I said, I had no freaking idea that. I had no idea that this show was going to literally be about.
Mindy, we're so going to torture him in California.
We have to now.
Oh, we're going to torture
slowly.
him.
We're going to take you like to the depths of Guantanamo and just slowly.
No, you guys know I love It's a Small World. It's a must do. George, be prepared for like 3 hours of Small World straight.
And over and over.
And I'm going to sing along the whole time in every language.
Yep, I think that's going to happen.
I could take a lot. I really could. So bring it on. Don't even I don't. Oh, shit.
Have to do with the. Is that another sock in the door reference?
No, it's not. He just turns it all into that kind of stuff.
Oh my god, this episode's going to be hilarious. So we were talking about Sleeping Bitchy before you came on.
Sleeping what?
Sleeping Bitchy. You have to share that video with the passengers. Where I offended,
wait.
Okay.
where I offended Aurora.
You didn't say
Oh,
that
yeah.
story on. You didn't say the. You didn't say the story while we were recording. You said it before the show, right?
No, I did it on the show.
You did?
Okay, so I'll share it with the passengers on our show on the page because it's really funny. The look on her face. The look on this cast member's face is
She
like,
was so offended.
I hate
No,
you.
Jay, you definitely did not say that story on air. That was before we hit record, so now you got to fill everyone else in.
I'm pretty sure. Mindy, you tell the story. I thought I did it already.
No.
Tell the story. Okay, so we go get in line, and because she's kind of by herself, which is Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. There's maybe 3 people in line to see her. So we get in line and we're like, okay, let's go meet her. And I kept asking the characters questions so they would talk. So I asked her, oh, you didn't wear your blue dress today, or you didn't wear your pink dress. I was talking to her, like staying in character with her and being funny and cute with her. Jason, before we leave, is taking my phone and videotaping this, right? Taking pictures, as my Insta hubbies did very well for me. And all of a sudden, he calls her Cinderella. And she's like, she gets so offended. Like, literally, her face was like, how dare you? It was really funny. And she
Jay, did
said,
you mean
what
to
did
call
you say
Cinderella?
that to?
Or
I did it by accident. I did it by accident.
Yeah, right.
Kind of.
So he does, and she's like, oh, well, I don't know everybody's names either. Some
Oh, no, she
snarky
looks at me and she goes,
back.
I don't know who you are either.
I don't know your name either. Like some snark. Like she was really offended, and she's like, bye-bye.
So we're walking away, and Mindy grabs me right before I look at her and say, your face is too round to be Aurora.
Yeah. Yep.
Then we hopped on the Skyliner of Doom.
Well, apparently, it was like Russian roulette. We barely missed being stuck.
Which passengers, if you jump on my YouTube channel at Disney Family Man 23, I actually have the Skyliner footage that I uploaded, and you get to see us on, and apparently Jay having a semi-panic attack on the thing because...
Okay, so Stan and I talked about this because if anybody, you think I would have no problem with the Skyliner. We got on it, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't. I'm not afraid of heights, but I was like, I can't do this.
Well, you could see, like, the air going through it was cool. And I was shocked, not going to lie. You guys all know how I feel about it. It's just a sweat box. But apparently I'm standing by my original statements that it's not a good idea because it's gotten stuck. And just 5 days after it had opened, shortly after we went on it, and another time, and they're having to take these people off. Now, what happens when somebody who has a disability is stuck in there and they're sick, or elderly, or infants? Sure, as adults, we can sweat it out and be fine. But when it becomes a severe emergency, what happens?
What happens when there's a heart attack or a seizure
Right,
or someone goes into labor?
My thing is, one, they opened it too soon. I still think it had a lot of bugs that needed to be unkinked before opening that. Secondly, I think this was something that it wasn't a bad idea, but when push comes to shove, I feel that they're using this just to kind of get people's attention away from how bad the monorail needs to be fixed up.
Well, there's new monorail cars coming.
Right. It is coming. I think it's going to be part of what they say for the 50th anniversary. Yeah. But I mean, like, in the meantime, I just think that this was...
Well, let me ask you guys real quick, because I'm not afraid of heights. I'm really surprised at myself that I had a hard time
Was it the actual motion of it?
I think it was the Wonkavator thing where the windows went all the way down to the floor.
Because literally it is all glass except for what you sit on and your feet.
Yeah. I had to look at the floor and pull my phone out and text my other half in all caps. I don't like this. I'm not doing well on this.
Yeah, I can see that. My concern is, like, because it's so alienated, you're literally by yourself. So if it breaks down and that wind stops, and it's 80 degrees, it's going to get hot in there really, really quick, really fast. They need, in my opinion, to install little AC units ASAP in every single one of them.
You know, we got
that are run off of some type of solar power to make them to where they would last if the electricity goes out.
You know, guys, we got to the Riviera station, and I really thought both times, if I jump out at this point, even though the hotel's not open, and say, I can't do this, what are you going to do to me? You're going to make me get back on it? You're going to put me in Disney jail? I can't do it.
Yeah.
Dang, you're so quiet.
He's observing, I think.
No, I was distracted because Stan just put like this crazy breaking news, Disney news post online. You guys want me to read this?
What did Stan say?
Okay, ready? This is what it says. This is interesting. Every Disney movie released between January 2016 and December 2018 on Netflix will return to the streaming giant, that's Netflix, around 2026. So while these movies are leaving Netflix, they'll return in about 7 years and disappear from Disney Plus at that time. This includes Star Wars movies, Pixar movies, and Marvel movies.
Yeah, they had already announced this because Disney Plus said, as long as you download the movie from Disney Plus, it'll stay with you. So they're encouraging people, because of what the contracts with these other streaming services, it will from time to time come on this Disney Plus, go off, come back on again. So they had mentioned that if you want to keep the movie on your account, download it.
You gotta download it.
Yeah,
but just
like
on your device.
Watch list. You can take that movie and keep it in your watch list as long as it's downloaded. Then, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all together. Let me ask you guys, how much stuff do you think is going to get censored without them telling us on Disney Plus?
Well, they already announced the ending part of Toy Story 2 as part of the outtakes of Toy Story 2, where Stinky Pete has the two Barbies in his box. That's not going to be on there. Yeah, that's not going to be on there. Yeah, that's going to be cut. The scene in Dumbo, and we all knew that Song of the South wasn't going to even be added on in general.
But you guys want to take any guesses as to what else is not going to be on there?
Eventually, I think actually maybe part of Peter Pan.
You know, you say that, it's funny because I joined the Disney movie club a couple months ago, and Peter Pan was one of the 4 Blu-rays I got for $1. And when it hit that scene, I was like, I hadn't seen Peter Pan in years, and I went, wow, this is not even funny.
Well, what about the crow scene that's in Dumbo?
That's what I said. That's gone. That's not going to be on there.
Right. There's so many different scenes that Disney originally had that obviously today is not.
Well, like, how much stuff are we not even going to realize has been cut for censorship?
Yeah, I mean, because with animation, I mean, it's not like it's live actors there. They could just recut a scene and change the whole movie if they wanted to, you know?
Are they going to fix that one animation cell in Roger Rabbit?
I hope not. So I'll be freeze framing it. Or Lion King, right? You got the scene in Lion King.
Okay, I've paused that a million times. I do not see it.
Wait, are you talking about the in the sand?
The 3 letters that.
Yeah, you know what that is? It's not what a lot of people think, and then it's SFX. It was for the sound effects department that they put that in there.
Sure, George. Let them tell you that.
Yeah, George, you just toe the company line there, buddy.
No, I have heard that too. You're right. I have heard that.
Now, of course, the one in the Rescuers was true because that.
Yeah, you can find that one online.
Yes, that is true.
But like, I'm just wondering, like, how much stuff from I'd say 1980 and before is gonna get clipped without them telling us.
I mean, it's probably gonna be a lot.
I mean, there's probably more than what we're even thinking of right now because again, when you said when you went back and watched Peter Pan, not even realizing that when you went to see it, and you're like, whoa, this is...
And I hadn't seen Peter Pan, I'd say at least a decade. And I sat down and I watched the movie and I went, this isn't funny at all. This is really just rude.
Yeah. I mean, it happens with other streaming services too. I mean, do you guys have any other like all right, so I'm a big wrestling fan, right? So I have the WWE app and I get all the wrestling shows. And I don't know if you guys remember, but there was that wrestler about 10 years ago that killed himself and his family, Chris Benoit. You guys remember that? So Chris Benoit was a very, very good wrestler, and he was in a lot of WrestleManias and a lot of all these other things. Chris Benoit is nowhere to be found in the WWE network. He's just not there. They just cut him out. And that's what happens when you have these like streaming networks owned by the company. They can just cut whatever they want out.
And it makes me wonder too that, I mean, they say eventually everything that Disney owns more so is going to be on the streaming service, but it's almost to the notion of, even if you go back to the original Mickey Mouse cartoons, which I do wish that they eventually end up on the streaming service, but in between there, very subtle, who knows what racy stuff is in those.
Well, there's some racy stuff in the old 30s, 40s cartoons.
I mean, even go back and look at the Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes.
How many? Do we all grew up with Bugs Bunny dressing in drag and seducing Elmer Fudd?
Did I ever tell you guys that I was a manager at the Warner Brothers store in the mall?
Yeah.
And then people would come in and ask for like Mickey Mouse stuff, and I'd be like, I would always have the same answer. I'm like, no, that's Disney. Our characters beat each other up. And then they'd look at me and they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
All right, so Dan, it's been a couple of decades, but any chance you can hook me up with the Animaniacs characters they had in the store, the life-size ones?
Yeah, I don't think I
need Wacko. I need Wacko in my living room.
Oh, those were so popular back in the day. Animaniacs.
Mindy, you're too quiet.
Well, here's the reason, because I'm like watching my phone ticker go down, so it's like, what's that 2%? So I'm like, I love hopping on with you guys, but I may not last. So
I just love that we're all hanging out together tonight. This is awesome.
I was late. I had to go pick up some stuff for this coming Saturday last minute, and I was hauling butt to get home in time. And that's why I was like, Jason, can you fill in for me? Because I don't know if I'm going to be back in time. And yeah, I didn't make it, obviously. So then I asked him, like, should I hop on?
And I have to be honest. I'm like, yeah, I'll jump on. I've been at happy hour, but yeah, I can totally jump on tonight.
So I did this last minute, guys. I'm so glad I got to talk to our passengers, but I don't know if my phone's going to hold out. So I'm going to say
Mindy
now, because I'm sure it's going to die. And I'm sick. And thanks to iPhones, you can't have it plugged in and your headphones on at the same time because of the adapter.
Oh.
So
that is true.
There's my life. But yeah, it's been good.
Right,
I'm glad now he's not officially leaving.
Well, possibly now. Possibly. I don't know. Stan kicked.
No, you need to make up your mind right here and now. It's yes or no. And I say
no, it's a yes for me. I didn't think that I was going to be replaced that quick.
You don't get to leave, buddy. Sorry. So wait, does Stan have
Why can't you get on every weeks
guys,
or so? Why
does Stan have a replacement for all of us in mind already?
Yeah, probably.
Is he looking to replace all?
I asked him, I was like, oh, you got a replacement? And he's so funny. He's like, I think I got a couple people in mind, but we need to have a meeting when Caroline gets back. I was like, probably. Well, the thing is, it's hard because we do rotate, and with one less person, that just means that we are all having.
I will honestly, I'll say this: if he has someone else in mind, I'm just saying it's not a bad idea because as I said, because in the next couple years, it's gonna get crazy for me, and that's the honest to God truth. That I was not kidding about.
So passengers, if you would like to audition,
now all the passengers are like involved in our behind the scene meetings here.
Yeah.
At Jason, because we do need another person. We probably will need to bring another Disney lover on. So if you like talking Disney, Really?
So if you've listened to this episode and think you can jump in and fit in with us, great. Let us know.
Well, yeah, because honestly,
you are our kind of people, then we want you.
We
If you
take
don't
vacations
let us
together. We share with. We've even had drama with each other and still managed to work through it because we love each other.
If our passengers knew about that, they'd run scream for the hills. Be like, oh my gosh!
Everyone knows the drama between George and me.
yeah.
You know, though, we all love each other so much. There's no amount of drama that could tear us apart.
The thing is,
What's our email address? I don't even know what our email address is.
GCTpodcast@gmail.com. I would say go ahead and hit me up because apparently George is too busy to respond to you.
Seriously, you don't even have to have experience. We will
just send me a message and I will
Just
let
the
everyone,
love of Disney.
and then I'll put it to the group.
we all get along so well, though.
We love each other.
Stan, Caroline, I think we all have just learned to mesh with each other so well that it is an extended part of our family.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for the new person because we're going to really have to break them in.
Oh, we will torture you. That's
Whoever the new person is, it's going to be like stepping onto a moving train.
Let me put it to you this way. We will break you in as a freshly found virgin.
Another word I have to cut out, George. Thank you.
We're going to go to college and they initiate you. What's that called?
The hazing.
We're gonna
have to haze them into the club because there's
If you think you want to join this family, let us know.
But in all honesty, 2 years ago we didn't even know each other, and look how good friends we all are now.
I know we're like a bunch of brothers and sisters.
We went into this thing completely blind. None of us knew what we were doing. We still don't know what we're doing, but at least we're
don't tell them.
Don't let them know.
I know.
We don't want someone better than us joining. Come on, dude.
But I will say though, if Stan really does have someone lined up, rather than just replace me, let's just add them on. If he really,
Well, maybe we should replace Stan. He has the solo show anyway.
Ouch! No way.
No, we love you, Stan.
But this is now turning into the roasting episode.
Oh, let's roast each other for the next 20 minutes. That's what we have left.
Well, I'm gonna go, so you guys can talk about me when I.
All right, Mindy.
Hey, love you.
%. Love you guys. I'll see you next. Bye.
Oh, thank God she's gone. I got it right as she was hanging up.
But no, in all seriousness, that's what I would say. If there's really no issue, if Stan actually has someone that he wants to add on and he's really highly considering it.
Wait, who is he to decide for the rest of us?
No, I'm just saying if that's what he said in the message, that if he had someone in considering.
Oh, George, we already talked about it behind your back. Like,
Jay.
all right, that little is leaving us. So,
Jay, let's be honest. Anyone's better than George. So, I mean, I'm sure he has.
Well, there's a couple people I can think of that aren't. That maybe are.
All right, George. Here's this is the only time you're gonna get this from me, all right? For the passengers out there, but in reality,
an actual compliment.
An actual compliment.
What?
In reality, I love George. We are very good friends. This is all a shtick that kind of has a little bit of I don't know, maybe some real feelings behind it. I'm not really sure.
Are you saying you have real feelings for George?
And now, passenger, I love you too, man.
I love you, George. And seriously, I'm very happy that you punked us.
I love you too. And honestly, now that you got that off your chest, now you probably can think to yourself, no, I never have to say that crap again.
I'm just going to say, George.
Say what crap? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just going to say, George, you're like a little brother to me. So next time I see you, I'm going to treat you like a little brother. Wedgies and like wet ears galore. Watch out, buddy.
I get that
just
enough.
as long as his underwear don't actually get stuck.
I get that.
Oh, it's gonna go over the back of his head, and then I'll take a picture and put it on the page.
Spandex don't ride up that far.
I'll make it. Hey, look who's calling.
We have a caller.
We have a caller. Hi, Mom.
No, we don't have a caller. Hi, son.
Hi, say hi to George and Dan.
Oh, hi, George.
Hi, Mom.
Hey.
They say hi. George says hi, Mom. Dan says hi.
George, just so you know, the little party bag was such a hit.
I'm glad.
He's glad.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it was great for a 3-year-old. That was a good 3, 4. That was a pretty perfect age. You were right.
We know he's white.
I want to.
Well, you guys have a good one. I'm going to peace out. I just was checking in because I'm finally baby free.
All right, cool. Well, I'll call you when we're done. This is turned out to be quite the interesting episode. So.
Okay, so you're going to edit me out. Have a good time.
No, I'm not. Love you. Bye. Oh my God!
We're having everybody on.
This episode.
Who's next? Hey, can I give a shout out to a book I bought today or yesterday?
Yeah. Yes, please.
You want to give a shout out to a book?
I was thinking the same thing, but tell us about the book you're reading.
Not the book, the author. So, do you guys know Chris Eliopoulos?
Not personally.
Do you know who he is, though? He's a letterer for Marvel Comics, like one of the best letterers out there. And he was good friends with the old WDW Today podcast. But he has these children's books that he illustrates, and he doesn't write them. I forget who writes them, but I went ahead and I picked it up the other day because the new one is called I Am Walt Disney. It's a little children's book.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was at the bookstore yesterday, and I just happened to see it, and I picked it up. And yes, it's a children's book. I get it, but I read it real quick, and I loved it. I went back to the bookstore, and I bought the I Am Jim Henson also. So look forward to read that one. Very cool children's series. If you're out there with young readers like my son, it was really, really interesting stuff. What I loved about it, and Len Testa actually said this on the Disney Dish podcast, I think like last week or 2 weeks ago, said when he illustrates Walt Disney as a child, he draws him with a little mustache still.
Hey, I wonder if we get Len Testa to replace George.
Yeah.
You're not going to let this go, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm going to torture you next time I see you. Dad, you've got to come out next time so we can both torture him.
Oh, I'm there.
You know, I got some great pictures of George on my phone. I'm going to put on the GCT page tonight.
I got those pictures texted to me.
They're hilarious.
This, and passengers, when you see these pictures, this is what happens when you give me 2 glasses of vodka in less than an hour.
Dude, less than like 20 minutes. You are a lightweight, my friend. Hey, really quick, I want to thank you, George, because we got off the Frozen ride, and at the exit of the gift shop, I'm sorry, Dad, I really like the Frozen ride. Disney artist Larry Dodson was there, and he was signing some of his paintings. And there was this painting of the Tower of Terror he did, and I grabbed it. I had to have it. I was buying this thing. George, thank you for buying my artwork for me.
You're welcome.
It's framed and hanging on my wall.
Awesome.
George saw that I was buying this, and he went and was like, no, just going to pay for it without telling you.
Well, I grabbed it off of you, and your first assumption was I'm holding it for you so you could get your wallet out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already standing in line.
Was this before or after we put on the Viking helmets with beads?
That was after. Okay. That was after. Yeah, that was after you and I were playing in the Norwegian.
Playing Broomhilda?
Yeah.
I was really tempted to be like, take a picture of me singing and we can say it's over.
Norway is no place to be joking around, guys.
You know what? I love the Norway Pavilion. It's fun. And Dad, I'm really sorry. I really love the Frozen ride. It's super fun. Maybe if they'd kept the original lightning effect, because lightning and water goes really well together.
Hey, what do you think about, are they going to tweak the Frozen ride after Frozen 2 comes out?
No, it would cost money.
I think if they're going to do something with Frozen 2, they're going to just add it in somewhere else.
Well, are there new characters? Do we know about a new character? I don't know.
There's new characters, but it's a really short ride. It was shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I remember Maelstrom feeling really long, and Frozen felt like 2 minutes at the most.
Yeah, that's about right. Well, passengers, if you have not seen Frozen Ever After, again, go onto my YouTube channel, Disney Family Man 23. I actually have the video of the ride itself. Check it out.
Hey, George, what's your YouTube channel again?
Disney Family Man 23.
I didn't catch that. What's it?
Disney Family Man 23.
And George, who are you and I travel agents with?
Pixie Dusted Dreams Travel and Events.
George, who are you and I travel agents with?
Pixie Dusted Dreams Travel and Events.
And if any of our passengers want to book a Disney vacation, they can contact you or I. We don't care which one of us you hook up, you contact. We both want to help you out. So we're both with Pixie Dusted Dreams Travel and Events, and we both want to be your travel agents. Our services are free. They don't cost you anything. We do all the work for you. George, who are we travel agents with?
Pixie Dusted Dreams Travel and Events.
I have an idea for a bit, guys. Ready? Again, the passengers are going to get the behind the scenes here. How about I go on 2 separate trips, and I use each of you for one of them, and then we have just a contest of who was the better travel agent.
Oh, it's going to be me, but let's do it.
Nice, thanks.
Give me the most difficult thing you want. If I have to get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to get your fast passes, I'll do it.
All right.
So that you can sleep in bed all warm and snuggly, and I will get up in the middle of the night and do your fast passes, your dining, whatever you want, Dan. I will sacrifice my time to do it because that's my job, and I love doing it.
I would just get a text from George saying, "Do it yourself, Dan. You know how to do it."
Any passengers who've stuck around this long, we love you.
Well, we about an hour yet, Jay? What's going on?
We are 4 minutes shy. Well, we're 4 minutes shy of an hour.
I think that's a good time to
I
wrap
think
it up.
so.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Jay?
I'm glad you actually let me know, because with it being completely off of no topic whatsoever, I had no idea where we were at.
George,
So,
who are we travel agents with again?
Pixie Dusted Dreams Travel and Events.
And what's the email address?
Oh, gosh. You're asking me that now.
Jen and Mary, he didn't know what I
podcast
did. It's
email address.
pixiedusteddreams.com, so give him the demerit and not me.
And yes, here's the thing. I already knew it, but you know what? It's been a long day, passengers. A long day. I literally just got right in, taking my jacket off, ready to record. And then I had to give my little trickster to them, which it ended up blowing up in my face.
Liar, he wasn't prepared, but I am. So Jen and Mary, if you hear this, I'm the prepared one. Wow, this episode's a total show.
There, pixiedusteddreams.com. Can this even go out?
I don't think so.
We're going to put it out and see what happens. If no one likes it, we'll just...
Jay's going to have a lot of work to do with a massive hangover.
Yeah, this is what happens when Uncle Jay, when Jungle Skipper Jay hits the Skipper Canteen before we do a show.
Oh, man.
All right, passengers. Well, on that note, we are going to say goodnight, and we are getting the hell out of here.
Take it away, Ken.
You know, if it was your last night, I wasn't going to do Ken. We were going to do the Golden Girls theme on the way out.
Speaking of the Golden Girls, I sign on. I'm trying to get my mic ready. And it's just blasting, like the loudest you've ever heard coming out of the speakers of a Golden Girls episode. And I'm like, what is going on? Why am I getting Golden Girls feedback? Turns out Jay signed on already, watching the episode of the Golden Girls with his microphone like an inch away from his TV.
That's funny.
Thank you for being a friend.
I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, this sounds like Blanche.
It was the one where the house got robbed.
Okay.
Actually, I like that episode. Yeah.
Well, guys, as much as I hate for this perfect recording to end, I actually got to get going. She got to fill out her application and everything.
And who knows, Stan might have a replacement for her too.
Yeah, it's possible. You know, we're still
I
recording.
can't be replaced.
We're still recording, Jess. This is all going. I'm not going to even edit this one. I'm just going to slap on a beginning and ending and put it out and see what happens.
Oh my god! So you're not even going to cut this?
No,
Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
If you're not going to cut this, you better put a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Say goodnight, Ken.
Good night.
Night.
Yeah, George.
See ya.
Oh,
Go ahead,
thank God we got rid of him.
Go talk about me now.
If you would like to keep the adventure going after the show, be sure to like our Facebook friends page, Grand Circle Tour Magical Ticket Holders. While on Facebook, like our group page, Grand Circle Tour. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Grand Circle Tour Podcast, as well as Instagram, GCT Podcast, and our YouTube channel, Grand Circle Tour. If you would like to send us a message, you can email us at gctpodcast@gmail.com. T-shirts and other fun merchandise can be found at tpublic.com. Simply search Grand Circle Tour Podcast. If you enjoyed your adventure, leave us a review on Apple Podcast. Only one rule, make it good. Thank you for riding with us, and welcome home.